Hey leaders, it's KK and Sarah, and a couple of you guys got on the call last night, so you know a little bit about what's going on, but we wanted to make a video to explain it a little better because sometimes late night KK and Sarah who have been talking for like 9.5 hours straight, kind of go a little crazy. So a little bit that, yeah. So we're just gonna reiterate what we talked about, and then the people who weren't on can kind of get a feel for what's going on. So first of all, I want to let you all know you're all doing amazing. Since January, when we had that last phone call where we just decided time for you guys to take ownership, become leaders for your team, and just really go for this, you guys have just blown me away with your leadership and just what you've done with your team. So congratulations, you're all great. So now I've just been thinking, and I was talking to Sarah a little bit because I like to get that perspective from your guys' point of view, so it's not just me all the time. And we just kind of decided like there's a missing piece to all this, and I feel like that missing piece is me. And it's not because I'm KK, I'm your guys' leader, everyone needs to talk to me. For me, it's because your teams don't know me and I don't know them. And knowing all 700 people on Team Fusion is near impossible. There's no way. And honestly, I can't give my time to 700 people. But I want to give my time to the people who are in this. Like the people who are all in and the people who want to succeed in Advocare. So I believe it's important for the people who are serious and showing it to be surrounded by other people who are like-minded and doing the same things that they are. I want people who are trying to work this business and grow their business to be with other people who are actually doing those things to help them succeed. So the idea we came up with is to have an exclusive program that is just for the next generation of leaders, like to build up the next generation of leaders on Team Fusion. Because everybody on the team knows. Sarah Shaw, Amber, Kamzin, Lacey, Kessa, all you guys on this video, you're leaders. People know that. They see that. They know who you are. But you're now in the position that I was in a few months ago where you're enabling your team and you need to teach them how to be leaders. So what we're thinking is we want to give our time as leaders, like especially me and then you guys if you're in, to people on your team who you see as upcoming leaders. So the big question is, how do you decide who a leader is? How do you decide who to give your time to, or who gets my time, and like who deserves to be in this? Because there's people on your team who sit at 0 every pay period, but you are like, I want this for them so bad, they're a leader. Advocare's business is 100% based on products moving out of the warehouse. If they sit at 0 every pay period, they're probably not in that leadership role. And no matter how bad you want it for them, they're not a leader. They can't lead people if they're not doing this business themselves. So the criteria we came up with for people who are going to be in this exclusive group is star legs. So every pay period, instead of the wrap-up call, we're going to have, I haven't figured out a name for it yet, I'm working on that, so stay tuned. I'm sure it'll be some kind of scientific, fusionistic name. But we just want it to be everybody who was a star leg the previous pay period is invited to this call and invited into this chat that we're going to have. And the point of it is to help grow new leaders and emerging leaders by surrounding them with current leaders. And help, like when you're in an environment like that, you can't help but become it. So I'm going to let Sarah talk a little bit about why we chose star leg as the criteria.
Hi, so I first want to start off by talking about star legs, but before that I want to talk about the importance of leadership and hierarchy and our teams knowing and understanding who's gone before us. And for me personally, when we first started almost 2 years ago now, actually Kaylin was the person that introduced me. She's the person I watched. She's the person that I understood how the business worked from. But it wasn't until I went to my very first mixer ever, hosted by Carrie, who we all know is Kaylin's aunt and an Advocare leader as well. And at that mixer, Carrie invited me to Success School. It was just a little bit of a random invitation. It didn't mean anything to me. I didn't know what that meant. And then I never mentioned it ever again. And then Kaylin, again, invited me to Success School. And what went through my mind was, well, Carrie invited me, and then KK invited me, so it must be important that I go. If KK would have invited me without Carrie's initial invitation, me knowing Carrie and knowing what she's doing in this business, it would have been a little bit more easy for me to say no to Kaylin. And I can see that through our business trend over and over, and the leadership of Dustin and meeting him and his wife Lola. So there's a lot of value in it. There's that fine line of Kaylin's not doing this business for us, but it's really important that she's an influence in the lives of our team, and for us to help us grow and to show them more of what's possible. This really is a team atmosphere, and so I really want to just personal example of why I think the leadership and hierarchy is important. And we learned that in Ruby Boot Camp. We learned to understand our hierarchy and who's gone before us and what the leadership looks like. So I'm all about it. Star legs. I guess just so I don't assume, because we know what happens when we assume, I'll just explain exactly what a star leg means. A star leg means that you, as an advisor, and any of the advisors in your organization generate $2,860 of PGV. That generates a $100 override for the leader who is helping you build a business. Now, what does that mean? It means, literally, if you ever want to get paid, the fourth way we get paid, which is a leadership bonus, you will need to be a star leg. And you will want to teach your teams what that means, and you will want to duplicate it. And if you are never a star leg, and you're not building this business alongside your team, you are lacking in the leadership category. Sorry, but you are. Star leg is literally the only way we earn income with Advocare. It's always got to be the goal. It always has to be in the forefront of your mind, is that goal. Being a star leg for your leader, teaching and duplicating it down. And why it's important to do that. That's if you really believe that this is a business you want to earn $500 more a month, it wants to be a plan B, you want to pay off your debt, you want to stay at home with your babies, you want to bring your husband home from his job, you must be a star leg, and you must teach that to your team forever, never, never. It's the only way. If you read through the policies and the compensation plan, being a star leg and that volume is what the whole compensation plan is based around. It's really important that we get that. It's really important that we celebrate it when people are star leg. It's really important that we teach it to our teams and we explain the importance. And it's really important that it's a goal of ours as leaders to do, so our team sees us being the example. That is leadership, is going before your team. So I can't stress it enough. If you have questions about star leg, please ask. It's not a selfish thing for the leader that's helping you to say how close you are to a star leg. It's to get you there, and we're going to really start this summer edifying and celebrating star legs and get a little buzz going on in the team. Ooh, hi Hadley. About the importance. So when you're getting shouted out for being a star leg, your team's going to ask what that means. And what a great opportunity to share that with them and educate them and help them have that as a goal too. And that just means we all win. So it's really important, and I'm excited to get the ball rolling.
Yes, and when we say star leg is the criteria, it's not to leave anybody out or make people feel bad because they're not a star leg for you. That's not the
can
purpose.
I say my quote?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I have a quote, and I said this on the call last night, but I forgot it. So a lot of you have probably heard it, where we judge others based on their behavior, and we judge ourselves based on our intentions. And that is so true in everything, of course, and we can always relate so much of life lessons to our business. But it's true, we always, we want to see who is actually leadership, who is actually working this business each and every pay period by the numbers that we're putting on the board. It's like Kaylin said, production is the only way we get paid here. We don't get paid with zeros. We don't get paid with intentions. We don't get paid with hopes and wishes. We get paid by getting into action, and star leg's the goal. So behavior, not intention. Thank you. That's what I wanted to say.
No, I'm glad you did. And last thing, it's like I said, it's not to leave people out. It's not to make people feel bad because they're not a star leg for you, because that is not why we're doing this. It's because we want to teach people how to have star legs, and you can't have star legs if you don't know how to be one. The other reason we're choosing this criteria is because it shows that that is an emerging leader. If they're a star leg, if they've done it once